Hey, everybody, welcome into a very special series that Keith and I have just started here at the Parts Counter Guru amidst the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic that we have going on. Keith and I wanted to take the opportunity to share some stories and help some of our neighbors out. This segment is called Operation Love Thy Neighbor. Keith, how you doing today, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm great. What's wrong with your hair?
I need a really, really good trim, man. I tell you, I was telling my wife, I think this could be the longest my hair's been in maybe 10 years, honestly. So this is a little tough for me, man.
So I have help. Okay, she's waiting for me to introduce her. So Tori, I've known Tori for what, like 72 years? Is that right, Tori?
At least, yeah.
Tori, what do you call yourself professionally? Like, what do you do?
I call myself a stylist.
Okay. So you have experience with this hair thing, right?
I do. A couple of years, yeah.
So Jay and I are sitting around trying to figure out, like, who are some people that we know, people in your neighborhood, right? Like Mr. Rogers used to sing. And people that are affected by the COVID-19, everybody stuck at home, people that can't go to work.
Yeah. Right.
I am, can't get my hair cut, right? Jay can't get his hair cut. So I had this conversation with Tori, and I said, two things. I said, what should I do? And do you want to come talk to us about it? And she said, sure. And I'll tell you what to do when, we're doing your show. So here we are. So, so Jay,
awesome.
You found some stuff out there on the internet. I don't even know if this is good advice, right? But
no. Well, what I'm going to do is basically just so everybody understands about how, what type of industries that are affected. And I mean, it's everybody's affected in one way or another, but there are industries out there that are completely devastated. Specifically, the restaurant service industry, the hospitality industry, the hairstylist industries, places like that where you just can't even go in, retail, period. So
it is really rough doing my own hair and makeup. I just want to.
Yeah. Well, you have a young son that could help you out there, man.
Well, can't you tell that's what's going on?
Well, I've seen him dress you occasionally, man. So I'm just saying. But no, honestly, everybody is doing their part. I'm pretty easy to trim my hair. I go to Supercuts. It's local, it's easy, it's fast.
Tori, oh wait, where's
I
the,
know? See,
where's
yeah.
the car crash sound effect? Did you see that? Did you see the response?
Yeah.
To that?
I did, but from here to forth, this may change my attitude towards it to help out the local stylists, the ones that are more independent, that have their smaller shops. But I just kind of wanted to put out read a statement that Supercuts did put out that these are what big corporations can do for people, and it's a message to everyone, and it's not just about the hairstylist industry. So basically, let me read this to you guys, and this was put out by them. They've shut their doors as well. Over the past weeks, they've been working tirelessly to combat the evolving COVID-19 pandemic. They have been monitoring and mirrored local, state, and federal health guidelines by closing our corporate salons where required. We've also been in constant contact with our franchisees and to ensure they are following local mandates and to support them however they can. Now, on the 3rd of this month, that was on the 30th. The update was their response to COVID-19 is as dynamic as the unprecedented situation. At this time, we are complying where local and state government officials have recommended the closure of hair salons. There you go. And that's the point that I wanted to make, is that these folks are being told to close their doors.
Right.
So
they have
Tori,
no choice.
So I have a question. Actually, I have a whole lot of questions. But we're going to put up on the screen in a little bit. We'll tell you some ways that you can help folks like this out. And there's ways we're all in this together, and we've got to be the change we want to see in the world, right? So we're gonna put some ways that we can all do this. My question to you, Tori, is, and this comes from me seeing like some neighborhood posts of like a barber, and he said, "Hey, my shop got shut down. I'll come to your house." Good idea? Bad idea? Would you do it? Would you go around to, like, what's stopping you from just saying, hey, I'm going to just go to everybody's house and, cut hair?
Well, so two things. One would be that I personally have a 72-year-old mom that lives with me. So she herself is in that age range where COVID, no matter how healthy you are, COVID is not your friend. So I personally would be afraid of being exposed to something and bringing it home to her. And secondly, we are governmentally shut down. So,
but that's just for everybody else, right? Those rules don't apply to you.
Right. I'm VIP.
Right. What if I called you as a VIP and I was like, hey, I'll whatever. I'll send my private jet over, and, it's still probably not a good idea, right?
It's not a good idea. I feel like the more we all try to skirt the system, the longer this is going to be prolonged. I read a post the other day that said the virus does not move. We move the virus.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
That's great. Yes.
You just have
to
sit
still. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and one of the reasons, this is fantastic stuff. This is such a great message, because this is what we want to drive home to people, is that, hey, I obviously need a haircut, but you know what? The point is that no, we really don't.
Right.
Okay, I've been in baseball hats. Look at Tori.
Exactly.
Well, there are things that you have to draw the line, and you have to set. That what you are doing is unselfish. You have to look at the big picture of who's around you. We are doing the same thing. We have parents as well that are aging. My wife and I, we live very close to her parents, and we are socially distancing ourselves. It's very tough.
It is.
They're in their 80s and late 70s, and the last thing we want to do is spread that virus.
Right. So I was invited into a texting thread maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was a woman who had good intention. She was letting all of the local stylists know that she had a space available in a private studio that at that time, I'm trying to think, I don't think we were mandated to be shut down. I take that back. We were mandated to be shut down. So we, by law, stylists have been locked out of all of our facilities.
Now they locked your doors at your work.
Yes.
Like you can't even get in if you like. So I had this conversation with you a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
right.
I don't want to kind of let the cat out of the bag, but I said, can you just go get some stuff, like product? And you went, no, I'm locked out.
Right. So they disabled our key fobs. So we are not allowed into the building whatsoever. So the stylist was saying, hey, anybody that wants to use my room, my studio, I'll work a deal for you. You can rent it by the day, you can rent it by the hour, whatever you want. And it really ticked me off, because why does she think she's VIP? It's the whole thing. Sit still, folks. Sit still. So she was trying to make the point that her county was safe.
Yeah.
But it's not, folks. It's worldwide. We all have to sit still.
Well, we were at Disney in February and found out after like almost a month later that there was a guy at the same theme park, Hollywood Studios, the same day we were there, who ended up flying back to LA and dying from, and he was a carrier when he was there. And this was in February. This was before tests and all that.
Right.
So Tori, one of my favorite things about you is that you have figured out how to creatively solve problems. And I've seen you do this several times over the past 72 years. And actually more than several times. That's not fair. So you now have, and I'm a customer, so I got this on I think I got it through email. But you have this, you sent out an email to all your clients. Hey, Jay, do you use hair product?
I do use hair product.
Pretty much everybody uses hair product, right?
Yep.
Of some sort, like whether it's like shampoo or...
Absolutely. And
putty.
this is the time to forego the Amazon and let's go to these guys.
So this is what Tori came up with, and we jumped on this.
Love it.
Tori we're going to put a link up. I might shorten the link a little bit, Tori, but it'll still go to your site.
Exactly.
We'll put it on the screen. Tori has a way to sell and ship you product. What kind of stuff is in this? Like, do you know, like, can I get shampoo and hair gel and
absolutely.
pomade?
You can get anything that I sell at my studio.
Right.
And a couple of other things like curling irons, flat iron, hair dryers, things that are a little bit more high priced that I don't typically keep on the shelves. But all the boutique brands that you...
so Suave and Aquanet, right?
Yeah, no Suave, no Aquanet. But some really great price points that might be things that are unknown to people, but prices are fabulous. So you might want to try something new, since it's a little tricky to get to the Walmart or the Target.
I would rather stock up on pomade than toilet paper, personally. But,
yes, and that's, as we see your hair, that's very necessary for you.
I'm getting close on shampoo, so I will definitely. I need to buy a couple of jugs of that, man.
So when folks, if you're watching this and you need hair products, supplies, whatever the appropriate term is,
yes,
this is how you help, right?
Yeah,
you need that stuff anyway.
Directly to you very quickly. They've done amazing getting things to you quick.
There you go, and it helps Tori. And I have another question about this. So, should I cut my own hair at home?
You should not.
Why not just like come on the show and like you can watch me and give me advice, right, while we're talking, and I'll just get the scissors out.
Right. So again, 2 reasons why not to do that. First, just no. And second, you all need to support your stylists, and they are going to be hungry once this all gets going and we get back to work. I have some really wonderful customers. And because I'm self-employed, some of my people called and said, hey, I want to prepay for a couple of haircuts.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That's great.
So I was able to go ahead and do that. But here's the good and bad of that. So that means once I get back to work, I will service these families, but I won't be getting paid then either. I've
taken up slots on your schedule.
Right. So take the time, folks. Don't mess with your hair at home. It's going to cost you more once you get to the salon. And
because I jacked it all up and it's going to take you longer to fix it, right?
Exactly. Especially color.
Great advice.
Yeah. Jay, remember that sign that you used to see in the automotive shops that says like, here's our hourly rate, here's how much it costs if you tried to fix it yourself.
Right. Oh yeah.
Just wait. Yeah.
I got a challenge for Keith, so we'll do this on air right now. I promise you I will not seek out any private trimming needs whatsoever. I mean, I could even recruit my wife, but that would be, I don't think that would be a mistake, but because I have trimmers, but I'm gonna go through with this, and this will be interesting to see how long my hair gets, man.
Before you get back to your salon.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fun.
Well, it is.
A lot of people have been contacting me like, what do I do about my gray? You're not seeing anyone but your spouse, so who cares? Put a scarf on, put a hat on.
So
right.
I was inspired last night. Sammy Hagar released a cover of Bill Withers that he just took his phone and got his acoustic out. And this is kind of weird, but I was checking his hair out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam's looking a little rough these days, isn't he?
And these guys are in the same boat.
Yeah.
I saw Paul Stanley do a video the other day in the same situation, and instead of like listening to what he was saying, and I was like, but Paul Stanley's always just had long hair, so it was just sort of,
But did you check his new growth? Did you check his color?
I don't know to look for that stuff, right? But
it's the roots, man. You got to look for the roots, man. See, I'm all natural. I'm all natural, Tori. I'm regularly gray. I don't color. I don't do anything, man. So
exactly.
So one more question, Tori. So you have a little boy. Have you ever been on YouTube before?
No, I have never on YouTube, and he is dying for this to be posted so that he can tell all his friends that his mom is famous. And
well, that's awesome. Tell them to subscribe while they're there, please.
Yes, I sure will.
We need all the subscriptions we can get.
You want to say hi to him or his friends, or I'm just giving you a chance here if you've never been on YouTube before.
Sure. Hey, Ace, I love you. Look, I'm famous. I told you this was going to happen. Woohoo!
Do your homework. Is there a do your homework in there?
Can I do a little bit of plug for the rest of our folks that may want to follow this series? Can I do that real quick?
Go for it.
Well, we have Tori, and then we'll let you gather your next thought there, Keith. So everybody, if you want to follow us, you can follow us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Parts Counter Gurus. We're also on Instagram. You can follow us there. That would be instagram.com/The Parts Counter Gurus. We are now on Twitter, and that would be, our handle is @The Counter Show. Is that right? So it's the Parts Counter Gurus @The Parts Counter Guru, @The Counter Show. Sorry. Check out our website. It's partscounterguru.com. There you can follow our podcast. You can link to many other things. Just navigate there. So now I've got that out of the way, and pay attention to this series.
Yeah, let's do this on our website. Let's put a featured post for this series where we'll put the links to everybody that comes on, and if if you got a way to help them out or support them. And we'll just put that on the front page of our website under Operation Love Thy Neighbor. Is that what we're calling this?
Operation Love Thy Neighbor, and we're going to have many guests on, we hope. Our goal is to get your story out, put you out there, let people get to know you, and hopefully become your neighbor and maybe a patron of your business when you open back up. We're all in this together, like you said, Tori, very well said. And we are blessed to have the ability to be able to do what we're doing. Keith and I are very fortunate that we're able to do this for you guys. So,
but
it helps
people,
us too.
Please stop calling me, asking me to help you.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Just don't call me and ask me to help you with your Zoom calls, please.
Dang it.
Yeah. So, Tori, thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, no problem.
It took a couple passes to get it right, but we had a little bit of a technology issue yesterday. We got it worked out.
Yeah. What a trooper, man. Thank you for hanging in there with us on that. It helped us out. We learned a lot from that yesterday.
Right on. Easy.
All right, everybody. Until next time, we'll talk to you very soon. That's Tori over there. That's Jay somewhere over there.
I'm here.
Remember what? I'm going to leave you with the words from my granny. Remember what my grandmother said. Love one another.
Love it.
Right on.
See you
Love
next time, everybody.
Take care, everybody.